Taylor Swift cries bitterly after Travis's surprise $20 million gift. The holiday lights sparkled across Taylor Swift's sprawling Nashville estate as she sipped on a warm cup of chai tea, her favorite comfort drink. She had just wrapped up a whirlwind year of concerts, album releases, and cherished moments with her new beau, Travis Kelce. For once, life felt steady, too steady, almost, for someone used to the emotional crescendos she often sang about. Travis, meanwhile, had been planning something monumental for weeks. With the help of Taylor's close friends and family, he devised a plan to surprise her in a way no one ever had. While Taylor was known for writing her own fairy tales, this time, Travis wanted to write one for her. On Christmas Eve, Taylor heard a commotion outside her front door. She opened it to find a line of carolers singing her favorite Christmas songs. Behind them stood Travis, grinning ear to ear, wearing an oversized Santa hat. Taylor laughed, shaking her head in disbelief. "Really, Travis? Carolers?" she teased. "Just wait," he said, his dimples deepening. The carolers finished their song and stepped aside, revealing a small, beautifully wrapped box on the doorstep. Taylor picked it up, her heart racing as she noticed Travis's initials on the tag. "Open it," he urged. Inside was a simple key. Confused, Taylor looked up at him. "A key to what?" Travis took her hand and guided her outside, where a sleek black limousine was waiting. "Come with me," he said, his voice soft but insistent. They drove for nearly an hour until they arrived at a secluded property on the outskirts of the city. The gate swung open to reveal a sprawling 50-acre estate, complete with a private lake, horse stables, and a recording studio nestled in the woods. This is yours," Travis said, watching her expression closely. Taylor's jaw dropped. "What are you talking about?" "I bought this for you," he explained. "It's not just a house. It's a place for you to escape, to create, to just be you. No cameras, no pressure, no noise. Just peace." Taylor stared at him, her eyes wide. "Travis, this is insane. I can't accept this." "You can and you will," he replied firmly. "You give so much of yourself to the world, Taylor. I wanted to give you something that's just yours. A sanctuary." Her hands trembled as she took in the sheer scale of his gift. Tears welled up in her eyes, spilling over as she broke down into sobs. Hey, Travis said, pulling her into his arms. "Why are you crying? Do you hate it?" She shook her head against his chest. "No, I don't hate it. I love it. I've never had anyone do something like this for me. It's overwhelming." Travis held her tightly, stroking her hair. "You deserve it, Tay. You've given so much to everyone else. Let me give this to you." As they stood there in the glow of the moonlight, Taylor realized this wasn't just about the house. It was about love, the kind of love she had spent years writing about but never truly experienced until now. Through her tears, she smiled up at him. "You really are something else, Travis Kelce. And you're worth every penny, Taylor Swift," he replied with a wink. The moment became the inspiration for her next chart-topping hit, aptly titled Bitter Tears, Sweet Love. Title: The $20 million Tear. It was an ordinary day in the life of Taylor Swift, or at least it was supposed to be. The crisp, winter air brushed against her cheeks as she stepped out onto her front porch. She was still caught up in the whirlwind of her tour preparations, her mind buzzing with a million things. But today, something felt different, something she couldn't quite place. Her phone buzzed in her pocket. It was a message from Travis. Meet me at our special place in an hour. I have something important to show you. The cryptic message left her heart racing. They had always shared a deep connection, one that went beyond the flashing lights of fame. She couldn't help but feel a flutter of excitement at the mystery of it all. An hour later, Taylor found herself driving down a quiet road that led to a private estate they had rented for a peaceful weekend getaway. It was far from the paparazzi's prying eyes. As she arrived, Travis was already waiting at the door, his warm smile greeting her. "Hey, superstar," he said, pulling her into a tight embrace. "Ready for your surprise?" Taylor raised an eyebrow. "You know how much I hate surprises," she teased, but the playful edge in her voice couldn't hide the curiosity bubbling inside her. He chuckled. "Trust me, you're going to love this one." He led her inside, where soft, golden lights illuminated the room. A large velvet-covered box stood in the middle of the floor. Taylor's heart skipped as she approached it. The air felt thick with anticipation. Travis knelt down and gently removed the lid, revealing an ornate, vintage-looking key inside. Taylor blinked, confused. "A key?" Travis smiled softly. "This is the key to something more valuable than any gift I could ever give you." Before she could respond, he handed her a small envelope. She opened it, her fingers trembling slightly. Inside was a letter. Asterisk, Dearest Taylor, asterisk. This gift represents more than just a gesture. It symbolizes everything we've built, the love and respect we share, and my commitment to our future together. Asterisk. The letter went on, describing the depth of his feelings, how he saw their lives intertwined forever. Her throat tightened as she read the last few lines. Asterisk, I've always admired how you give to others, your generosity, your heart. So, I've decided to invest in our shared dreams. This is for us, for our future. Asterisk. At the bottom of the letter, there was a final line. Asterisk, I've arranged for $20 million to be transferred to your foundation, to help women and children in need. To show the world that together, we can make a difference. Asterisk. Taylor's hands froze. She looked up at Travis, unable to form words. Her heart felt like it was swelling in her chest, and before she could stop herself, tears began to fall. Travis stepped closer, wiping a tear from her cheek with his thumb. I know you don't like attention, but I wanted to do something big for you. Something that shows you how much you mean to me, and how proud I am of you. Taylor's breath hitched. But $20 million? Travis, this is too much. He smiled softly. No, Taylor, you deserve more, and I believe in us. I believe in everything we can do together. I wanted to show you how much you inspire me, every single day. The tears kept coming, and this time, Taylor didn't try to hide them. I don't know what to say, she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. Travis pulled her into a hug, his arms wrapped around her tightly. You don't have to say anything. I just want you to know that you're loved, you're supported, and you're never alone in this. As the tears continued to fall, Taylor realized that the gift wasn't just about the money. It was about the thought, the care, the deep understanding that Travis had for her. It was the kind of love she had always dreamed of, genuine, selfless, and unwavering. She looked up at him, her voice barely a whisper. You've already given me everything I need. And it's not about the money. It's about you. Travis smiled softly, brushing her hair away from her face. Then I guess we've both got everything we need. And in that moment, Taylor knew that with Travis by her side, they could take on anything, together. Title: Taylor Swift cries bitterly after Travis's surprise $20 million gift. Asterisk. It was a chilly evening in Los Angeles, the kind where the city lights twinkled like stars against the velvet sky. Taylor Swift was in the middle of a quiet dinner at Travis Kelce's luxurious mansion. The two had been dating for months now, their love becoming more public with each passing day, but still, Taylor couldn't help but feel a bit of skepticism about how their relationship was progressing. She had always been a fiercely independent woman, and the idea of depending on anyone, even someone as extraordinary as Travis, was daunting. But tonight felt different. There was something special about the way Travis had been looking at her all evening, like he was about to do something that would change everything. As the night wore on, Travis excused himself for a moment, leaving Taylor alone in the dimly lit living room. The silence was almost deafening, and she found herself lost in thought, contemplating how far she'd come in her personal journey. Yet, little did she know, Travis was about to change her life forever in a way she could never have expected. He returned with a large, velvet-covered box, and her heart skipped a beat. Taylor, Travis said softly, I wanted to do something for you, something that reflects how much you mean to me. Her eyes widened, unsure what to expect. The last few months had been a whirlwind, public outings, late-night talks, moments of laughter, and even some tears. But this felt different. She could tell. With a grin that didn't quite hide his excitement, Travis gently placed the box in front of her. Open it, he encouraged. Taylor hesitated for a moment, her fingers trembling slightly. She wasn't sure if she was ready for whatever surprise he had in store. Slowly, she lifted the lid. Inside, nestled on a bed of soft, satin fabric, was a dazzling, one-of-a-kind diamond necklace, each stone more radiant than the last. But it wasn't just any necklace. There was a small, handwritten note attached to it. Taylor read aloud, her voice barely a whisper. This represents everything I feel for you, and every promise I'm willing to make. This is just the beginning. Travis watched her intently, his expression filled with anticipation. But Taylor's eyes filled with tears. She reached up to wipe them away, trying to keep her composure, but they wouldn't stop. The emotions overwhelmed her. What had started as a gesture of love and affection quickly became something more. The depth of Travis's feelings hit her in a way she hadn't anticipated. Then, Travis added, but there's more. Taylor, still struggling to understand the enormity of what was unfolding, glanced at him. More? Travis nodded, his expression serious but warm. This necklace is just part of a bigger surprise. I know this may seem crazy, but I wanted you to know that I'm all in, Taylor. This is for you. With that, he reached for a thick envelope hidden in the folds of the box and handed it to her. It felt heavy in her hands. Inside, she found a check for $20 million. For a moment, Taylor just stared at it, her heart racing. Travis, what is this? Travis stood, walking over to where she sat, his eyes soft and filled with love. It's yours, a gift, because I want you to always know that I've got you. You deserve the world, and I want to make sure you have everything you need, everything you dream of. No strings attached, just me, loving you. The tears that had been silently streaming down her face turned into sobs, her body shaking with emotion. This wasn't just a lavish gift, it was a symbol of something deeper. It was a promise. The money wasn't the point, it was the way he cared about her, the way he believed in her, and the way he saw her as more than just Taylor Swift, the global superstar. She stood up suddenly, taking a few shaky steps towards him. The overwhelming feelings of gratitude, disbelief, and love made her heart ache. Why? She asked, her voice choked with emotion. Why would you do this? You don't need to do this. Travis gently cupped her face in his hands, brushing away the tears. I know, he whispered, but I want to. I want you to have everything, no limits, no boundaries. You've given so much of yourself to the world. Now, let me give you something back.